Constructivist Theory by Vygotsky. Brief about Vygotsky. Lev Vygotsky, a Russian psychologist, is renowned for his contribution to the constructivist theory of learning, which emphasizes the social context of learning and the role of language, interaction, and culture in cognitive development. Unlike Piaget's view of learning as an individual process, Vygotsky argued that social interaction plays a central role in the development of higher mental function. He believed that children learn through their interaction with the more knowledgeable others, teachers, peers, parents, and through participation in social practices within their culture. Vygotsky constructivist theory centers around the idea that learning is socially mediated process. His theory emphasizes that cognitive development cannot be separated from its social context and that language and culture plays an essential role in shaping child's development. Vygotsky proposed that children construct knowledge actively through their social interactions, particularly in their interaction with the peers and more capable individuals. This process is guided by the concept of zone of proximal development (ZPD), which is the range of tasks that a learner can perform with assistance but cannot yet perform independently. Key concepts in Vygotsky theory include social interaction as a key driver of learning, scaffolding, support provided by teacher or more knowledgeable peer, zone of proximal development, the gap between that a learner can do independently and what they can do with the guidance. Characteristics with the constructive teaching. Constructive teaching based is the principle of active learning and collaborative learning, where students are encouraged to explore, question, and build their own understanding of concepts. The key characteristics of the constructive teaching include active learning. Suddenly, students are actively involved in learning process, engaging in activities that help them discover and construct knowledge. Learning is not a passive process. Students are encouraged to explore, inquire, and solve problems. Collaborative learning. Emphasis on working together with the peers. Vygotsky believed that social interaction is a key to cognitive development. Students engage in group discussions, peer tutoring, and joint problem solving activities. Scaffolding. Teachers provide temporary support to help students perform tasks with their zone of proximal development. Scaffolding includes hints, prompts, or direct guidance, which is gradually withdrawn as students gain independence. Real-world context. Learning activities are connected to real-time experiences and problems, helping students see the relevance of what they are learning. Tasks should be meaningful and related to the students' experiences. Critical thinking and reflection. Students are encouraged to reflect on their learning and engage in critical thinking, often questioning assumptions and examining different viewpoints. Problem solving focus. Students are given opportunities to apply their knowledge to solve problems rather than just memorizing facts. This promotes deeper learning and development of higher order thinking skills. Characteristic of the constructive classroom. A constructive classroom reflects the key ideas of Vygotsky theory, creating an environment where learning is interactive, collaborative, and socially supported. Key features include student-centered learning. So the teacher acts as a facilitator rather than a lecturer, guiding students as they explore and solve problems. Students take more responsibility for their learning, and the teacher providing opportunity for self-directed inquiry. Collaborative activities. Students work in pairs or groups to engage in discussions, problem solving, and hands-on activities. Collaborative learning allows students to share ideas, teach each other, and learn from their peers. Learning through experiences. Students engage in hands-on learning activities such as experiments, projects, and field trips, which encourage them to apply theoretical knowledge in real-world context. Scaffolding learning. Teachers provide scaffolding, offering help and guidance when necessary, especially in tasks that students cannot complete independently. Scaffolding gradually decreases as students become more capable of performing their own tasks. Authentic assessment. Assessment in a constructive classroom is ongoing and focuses on how well students can apply what they have learned rather than memorizing fact for test. Activities like portfolios, projects, presentations are commonly used for assessment. Respect for diversity. Constructive classroom recognizes the diversity of students, experiences and perspective. Teaching is adapted to meet the diverse needs, backgrounds and learning styles of all students. Examples of constructive activities. Collaborative problem solving. Students are given complex and open-ended problems to solve together. For example, a group of students might work on a project that requires them to design an environmentally sustainable city. Second one, peer teaching. Students are assigned to teach concepts to their peers. This not only reinforces their own understanding but also allows them to explain ideas in a way that others can grasp. Case studies. Students analyze real world scenario, example business problems, social issues and work together to come up with a solution based on their understanding of the concepts. Role playing. Students engage in role playing activities where they act out real situations to better understanding a concept. For instance, they might simulate a historical event or scientific experiment. Project based learning. Students work on long term projects where they create a tangible projects such as writing a book, conducting a research, or building a model. These projects require them to use critical thinking, research, and collaboration. Inquiry based learning. Students begin with a question or problem or work through a process of inquiry to gather information, test ideas, and arrive at a conclusion. This process encourages exploration and deep learning. Let us see differences between traditional and constructive classroom. With respect to aspect of role of a teacher, in traditional classroom, teacher is central authority and delivers knowledge. But in constructive classroom, teacher is a facilitator and guiding students through learning experiences. With respect to teaching method, in traditional classroom, teacher centers instructions, lectures are direct teaching. But in constructive classroom, its active learning plays more important role and discussions, collaborative activities, group activities will play critical role. With respect to student role, in traditional classroom, students are passive learners are receiving information. But in constructive classroom, students are active learners constructing knowledge through exploration. With respect to learning environment, in traditional classroom, structured with a focus on individual work. In constructive classroom, flexible with a focus on group work and collaboration. With respect to assessment, in traditional classroom, focus on only summative assessment, example, test, exam. In the constructive classroom, focus is on formative assessment such as a projects, discussion and peer feedback. With respect to curriculum, in traditional classroom, we follow the fixed curriculum with a set of order of topics. But in constructive classroom, a flexible curriculum allowing for exploration and problem solving. With aspect of focus of learning, in traditional classroom, memorization and recall of facts. But in constructive classroom, critical thinking, problem solving and application of knowledge. With respect to this teacher-student interaction, in the traditional classroom is limited interaction and a teacher speaks, students listen. But in a constructive classroom, interaction is frequent and a teacher supports this challenges students. Conclusion. Vygotsky constructive theory places significant emphasis on social aspect of learning, where cognitive development is shaped up by social interaction and cultural context. In constructive classroom, students are encouraged to actively construct their knowledge, collaborate with peers, and engage in real-world tasks. The teacher's role is not only simply transmit knowledge, but to guide and facilitate learning, providing a scaffolding when necessary. So the constructive classroom is dynamic and student-centered, promoting critical thinking, problem solving and authentic learning experiences. Thank you.